MMABadass.com here with Jay Silva after his first round submission victory over Kendall Grove. Second round. You're right, second round. I meant first submission of Kendall's career. You handed him his first submission loss.
I didn't know that.
How's that feel?
I didn't know, man. I look up to Kendall. Kendall's a great opponent, man. Man, I train hard for this camp, man. I got a great team behind me. All I wanted to do was just train, man, you know. Me fighting Kendall is like I'm back in UFC, like, you know, this is a fight that I feel like should have happened in UFC. So for me right here today was UFC, was everything, and I have to prove to myself and prove to my teammates that I belong here, you know. This show is great. Kendall is a great opponent, man. I have none but props for Kendall. And for me to give him his first submission is, I guess it's an honor, because I got jiu-jitsu, but I'm not a jiu-jitsu fighter.
Now, you just called Bristol Murundi out in the cage, and you beat a UFC quality opponent. So if the choice came down to it, would you fight Bristol Murundi again for the belt, or would you take the call to the UFC?
No, I fight Bristol again for the belt. I'm not in a rush to go to UFC. I feel like as a fighter, I have to grow a little bit more, you know? Going to the UFC was a big rush. I made a mistake. I was young. I was immature. You know, when you're high on the top, there's only one way to go, down. You know, and you got to learn from it. If you don't learn it, you're not a good person. I feel like I'm learning as a person. I'm not in a rush to get to UFC. I want to take a couple more fights, good opponents, and when my teammates feel like I deserve to be in UFC, I go back. Right now, I just want to stick with SCC. I like this show. I just want to fight again for them, and I want to build my career before I go to SCC. I mean, to UFC. Maybe 1 year from now, next year, if I fight 3 or 4 more times this year, then I go. Otherwise, if they call me right now, I wouldn't go.
Now, you're obviously the more powerful fighter than Kendall Grove, physically stronger, and he fought last month. So were you looking to capitalize on perhaps some fatigue using your strength to perhaps bully him around the cage?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm not bullshit. I'm not going to bullshit you. I knew Kendall was going to come a little gas, because ain't no way you take 2 fights in the short notice like that and you come 100%. You know, I don't care even if you knock the guy out in the first round. Just the training camp, preparing for the first fight is too much, man, because your body got to get all the way there for the first fight. And then come out of that fight and fight again, and if you didn't knock out Manua, man, or submit him, he went 3 rounds. Right. You know, even if it wasn't a hard fight, a hard pace, was 3 rounds is 3 rounds. After a good training camp, I knew he was physically or mentally, he's not going to be all the way there. So I told my teammates that, you know, I think that's my chance, because he's not going to be like, he's not going to be 100%, you know? Ain't no fucking way. You got to be like Superman. Right. I don't care what people are saying, it's not true. So, you know, that was my chance, my opportunity.
MMABadass.com here with Jay Silva, the main event winner here at SCC 4. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother, so much. I appreciate it.
MMABadass.com.